week 15 of the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few forwards I looked at off the wire this week. The first forward, Aaron Nesmith of the Indiana Pacers. And Nesmith, he's been a mainstay over the last few weeks on this team. Last season was a decent year for him, but this year he's definitely picked it up a notch. On the year, 12 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, 1.2 assists, a steal, 2.1 threes, and 51% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 13.8 points a game, 6 boards, 1.8 assists, 2.2 threes, and 50% from the field. So Nesmith right now available in 61% of fantasy leagues, and he's making the most of his opportunity, playing anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes per game. January 25th versus Philly, 16 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 3 threes, 75% from the field. January 26th versus the Suns, 22 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 3 threes, 61% from the field. Then January 28th versus the Grizzlies, 16 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, a block, 2 threes, 54% from the field. So Nesmith right now is going out there, and he could give fantasy owners easily 3 or 4 categories: the 3-ball, scoring, rebounding, and assisting in the basketball. I know the numbers have gone up over the last couple of weeks for a few players on this Indiana Pacer team, with Tyrese Halliburton being in and out of the lineup, but mostly out of the lineup the last 2 weeks here. So we'll see whose minutes take a hit, and we'll see what production goes down. But right now, while Nesmith's playing good basketball, he's a forward I looked at off the wire this week. The next forward's his teammate, Obi Toppin of the Indiana Pacers. So Obi Toppin, it's been an up and down first season for him over there in Indiana, but obviously getting an opportunity, and he's been playing good minutes all season for the most part, is Toppin. On the year, 11.4 points a game, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.3 threes, and 58% from the field. But the last couple weeks for Toppin, 13.3 points a game, 6 boards and assists, 57% from the field. So Toppin's going out there. He's getting pretty solid minutes. I know Pascal Siakam is taking some of his minutes up, but he's still getting anywhere from 20 to the 30-minute range. Here's Obi Toppin. January 25th versus the Sixers, 13 points, 5 boards, a block, a 3, 54% from the field. January 26th versus the Suns, 23 points, 11 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 66% from the field. And January 28th versus the Grizzlies, it was a down game, 3 points, 2 rebounds, a steal, 20% from the field. So in that one, he only played 16 minutes, was Obi Toppin. But Obi Toppin right now available in tons of leagues, still at 58%. One of the more athletic guys in all the NBA, I believe. And he's a decent 3-ball shooter. So if you need 3-point scoring, and a guy could rebound pretty decently and score the basketball, I think Obi Toppin is a decent ad this week, even if he's coming off the bench only for 20, 25 minutes a game. The next ad, Harrison Barnes, Sacramento Kings. So Harrison Barnes, he got off to a great start early in the season. Then he fizzled out. But in the last week here, he's really picked his game up and had some nice stat lines. On the year, 11.9 points a game, 2.9 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.9 threes, and 48% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 19.2 points a game, 3.2 boards, 1.3 assists, 3 threes, and 53% from the field. So like I said, the last couple weeks, Harrison Barnes, he's getting more opportunities, and he's playing good basketball for this King team, and definitely has fantasy value now. January 22nd versus the Hawks, 32 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, 4 threes, 50% from the field. January 25th at the Warriors, 39 points, 4 boards, 2 steals, a block, 7 threes, 58% from the field. And January 27th at the Mavericks, 20 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 4 threes, 54% from the field. So right now, like I said, I know Barnes, he didn't do much for the last month, but he's coming out now, hitting the 3-ball, and to go 32, 39, and 20 in the last 3 games, he's a player you got to go out there and get on your waiver wire. So right now, while he's out there, in the last week, he's picked things up once again, available in 58% of fantasy leagues. He's definitely a forward I looked at off the wire this week. The next forward, Jared Vanderbilt of the Los Angeles Lakers. Vanderbilt once again getting big opportunities for this Lakers team, playing big minutes, anywhere from 25, 30 minutes a game, and he's making the most of it of late on the season. I know the averages aren't great, 4.8 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1.2 steals, and 49% from the field. But the last couple weeks here for Vanderbilt, 10.1 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 2.3 steals, and 63% from the field. So Vanderbilt, he's a steal specialist, no doubt about it. So if you need that category and want to beef it up a little bit, Vanderbilt could do that for fantasy owners. Available right now in 83% of fantasy leagues, and he's been scoring and rebounding pretty decently as well over the last few weeks. January 23rd at the Clippers, 12 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, a block, 40% from the field. January 25th versus the Bulls, 17 points, 5 boards, 3 steals, a block, a 3, 72% from the field. And January 27th at the Warriors, 14 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, 4 steals, 57% from the field. So like I said, he's been a steal specialist. He is Vanderbilt. He's going to give you decent rebound numbers and pretty efficient field goal percentage as well, where a lot of putbacks and layups has been for him. So right now, Jarred Vanderbilt definitely an ad this week in the fifth and final forward. I looked at off the wire this week here. Saddiq Bey of the Atlanta Hawks had a Saddiq Bey game-winning field goal to win that one for the Hawks in their last matchup. But he's another player that's possibly getting traded at the February 8th deadline here. So on the season, 12.8 points a game, 6.4 boards, 1.4 assists, 1.8 threes, and 41% from the field here for Saddiq Bey. So Bey, he obviously got extended minutes in the last game for this Hawk team, where DeJounte Murray was out in that one. If Murray does get traded, which he's been on the rumor mill, and Saddiq Bey stays, his fantasy value definitely will take a bump up here, Saddiq Bey. So the last few games for him, playing efficient ball. January 24th at the Warriors, 18 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, a steal, 3 threes, 50% from the field. January 26th versus the Mavs, 16 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, 2 threes, 46% from the field. Then January 28th, like I mentioned, game-winning shot versus the Raptors, 26 points, 13 boards, 3 assists, 44% from the field. So Saddiq Bey, I thought he was a decent Detroit Piston for a couple seasons, but the Pistons gave up on him pretty early, and now this season, unless he's been with the Atlanta Hawks, and so far it has been a mixed bag of results a little bit for Saddiq Bey, but he's definitely someone that can hit the 3-ball, score the basketball at a decent clip, a good rebounder. And right now, while he's out there in half of fantasy leagues at 50%, he's an ad this week. So that's a few forwards I looked at off the wire for Week 15 of the fantasy basketball season.